Hi everyone. So in this particular video, we are going to start our project. In the last video, we were discussing that how we can build a simple web-based limit calculator. So from user end, our application will get two input. So let me explain you. So input number one will be function. Okay. And then the next input will be point, like at what point you want to find out the limit of that function. For an example, limit x approach -3 x square -9 divided by x plus 3. So here we will take this as an input and this as an input, and based on this input we will generate the output. Okay, so let's start building it. So let me clear one thing. This is not a complete web design course, so just forgive me if you are just looking at my UI and all. Okay, I'm trying to make end-to-end projects so that you can understand like how you can build any web-based application using Flask. So in this particular video I will explain you how you can design your this UI, that is your front end. Okay, so before going into depth, let me explain you how any website work actually. Then you will get better understanding. So basically, in every website, we have something called okay website name, something called, we call it domain. Okay, so for an example, if you have www.google.com, okay, so this is a domain name. So basically what you can understand, this is actually IP address. Okay, so what do you mean by this thing? So there will be a proper physical system. So when you hit this thing from your URL, you will routed to this location. So there will be specific IP address actually. So there is some protocol, DNS protocol. So with the help of DNS protocol, this string based name will convert into the IP, and then when you are requesting it, so you will get something as a result. So that means what, you are knocking someone doors. So once request will fulfill, you will get some response. So the response could be in any format, like it could be any text format, or it could be any HTML format. Okay, so response could be anything. So first you are requesting. Okay, requesting what, you are requesting at particular IP address, or you are requesting to the some address, and based on the request you will get one response. Okay, so I hope this point is clear now. So what we are doing, what we are going to do here, so we will run our system, we will run our application on own machine. Okay, that is on local host. What do you mean by local host? That means what, our own system will be the physical location for our application. Okay, so we will request our own system to respond it. For an example, so this is let's suppose this, just a minute. Okay, let me change my color. So this is a location, and on this system, okay, this is my local system. On this local system we have some port number. Okay, so port number basically is what, so in our system we have multiple application. Okay, so each application run on different port number. Okay, so this port number will be unique. Okay, so in case of internet, okay, so all this thing run on port number 80. Okay, so this is very common, but when you are building anything on your own system, so there will be unique port number for each application. So this will be our URL, and on this system our application is running on this port actually. So what is going to happen, so when you type 127.0.0.1 port, so this is means what, you are requesting a local box, give me the data with respect to this URL. So whatever things you have, you will return it actually. Okay, so you are asking something, okay, give me something, okay, so you are getting something. So that means what, you are requesting, and you are then based on the request you get something. Okay, so how to implement it? So there is a something is called Flask. Okay, so in Flask or any API development things, we have multiple methods, something called get method, post method, okay, put method. So there are four kind of methods, so I'm just explaining this two in this video because we require only two things here. Okay, so let's start building our application from front end. So how to build your application? Like in term of front end, we need to know HTML, CSS and basic JavaScript. Okay, not too depth, but at least we need to understand. So here I'm just building like what we need. We need a one body. In this body we need a one navigation bar. On the navigation bar, and then we just created a box. In that box we have multiple input. That means what, we're taking two input from the user, and then we have one submit button. When he will click on submit button, something will happen in the backend. Okay, so let's build it. Okay, so I have already written the code just to save the time. Okay, just a minute. So let me open it. So now you can see here. So this is my folder structure. Okay, so before starting of the project, let me explain the folder structure. So I created one folder in one of the folder. So there is something called template. So whatever the HTML code you have to place your HTML code into template, and then we have app.py. Okay, so I will explain app.py. Before that, let me explain the template. Okay, so template is nothing, it's a simple HTML code actually. So we know that any HTML code will start from HTML, and then it will end with the HTML. So this thing basically known as a tag. Okay, so between that we have something called head. Okay, and then we have something called body. Okay, so in head we write basically what will the title of your website. Okay, all the link and everything we put over here. And then on the body one, so whatever you want to show on your body, so basically this part, this will be completely your body area actually. So this thing will come in your body section. So first I'm trying to build one navigation bar. So navigation bar will start with the navigation and in with navigation. So here just couple of things. So you can learn HTML from W3 school. So I'm not teaching HTML, just I'm showing you. So I just written something okay, crazy thing. So you can ignore it, you can write your own. Okay, and then we are creating a division. Okay, okay, so let me open it. So in the division one, we written something like we need something. What we need two things. We need input from the user. Okay, like we need two input. One is function and point. At what point we want to find out the limit of that function. So we need two input, and then uh, we need a submit button. Okay, so this is very basic HTML code. Now let me come to the app.py file. So here I will implement our first API. So how this is working, let me explain you. So in the Flask, from the Flask module, we are implementing Flask, and we are also implementing couple of things which we required later on. So, and also we imported the library called SumPy. Why? Because we need to compute the limit of a given function. So this is our first function actually. So understand what is this. So here I am writing app.route slash. So that means what, if someone will request, uh, what do you mean by, let's suppose google.com. So basically if someone will hit our like this is a home address. Okay, okay, so what response you will return? Okay, so what you want to return on your portal, on like as a data, what you want to return actually. So here if someone will hit 127.0.0.1 slash, so I will return this home page basically. Okay, are you getting my point? So that means what? Let me explain you. So let me show you so that you will understand it. For an example, see, this is my address. So if someone will click over here, so now see what you got. You got a HTML page. Okay, and now if I will pass like suppose this is an input, and if I'm passing some another input, when I will click on submit, so what is happening actually? The post request. So there is something called get request. So this is actually get request. So when you are clicking on submit, so that means you are posting something. Okay, that means what? You are posting two things. You are posting input. Okay, and based on your two input will get some output. So if from the front end request method is post, then what we are doing, we are taking the input. Okay, and then based on input we are computing the limit of the given function. So just ignore here because this is a hard coded function. So in the next video we will do it. We will implement a flexible function over here. Okay, so based on this one, we are computing the limit, and then we are returning the result with HTML page, and over the on this HTML page we are also sending the result. Okay, so this result we are consuming over here. Okay, this is double curly flower bracket, so we are using here, so we are publishing here. So now you can see here, so if I will -3, so let's suppose this is my function. If I will click on submit, that post method will call. Okay, so now see -6 is over here. Okay, but my point. So this is a basic functionality of this function. So I will post I will push this code to the GitHub so that anyone can use it, and they can modify accordingly. Okay, so what is my future planning with respect to this project? So basically what I'm trying to do with this project, so here we are just computing limit. Okay, and with one value. So in the future what I'm planning to do, so I want to show here step by step solution. Okay, so how my machine is solving this function. Okay, and then other will be plot. Okay, now you'll ask that where we can use this thing. Okay, this is very city things we don't require. Okay, I can understand, like we don't use in our real life, but most of the coaching center are requesting for a calculator. Okay, so instead of solving hands by using hands, so they just want a calculator where they will just pass the function and they can get the step by step solution with the with the very good plot and everything. Okay, so I can show you a couple of things. Okay, uh, so you will appreciate better. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so I think this is a very great example. Okay, so they are using, they just build an application, so where we can compute the limit of any function. Okay, so they are giving function as an input and value to approach, and then they are just clicking on compute, and they are getting the output. Now you can see the output, and then you will see like how you can generate revenue from this simple application. So here now you can see, so they got input, and then based on the input they are solving it from left hand side. So this is like in-depth solution. Okay, and they also plot it. Like we can do it in the Python itself. Okay, and then if you want something advanced, so they are saying that go with the premium account. Okay, so we can build it from the scratch and we can sell it in the market the cheaper price. Okay, for an example, if you want to download it, let's suppose I want to download it like this. So they are saying that go with the pro. Okay, so why to use pro? If you know Python, just implement it from the scratch from your end. Okay, so I'm not going to demonstrate, like I'm not going to implement it in the upcoming future, in upcoming videos, but definitely I will build in future if I will get some time. Okay, so hopefully you got my point, like you can build this project and then you can sell it and you can earn money.